Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing fantastic and that you're all having an incredible day. As always, leaving a like, leaving a comment, or subscribing. All of these things do help out the channel immensely. It's going to be it's been a while. It's going to be a follow-up on an old series that I had about companies buying Bitcoin and who's in Bitcoin. A lot of times I noticed a lot of the news about the cryptocurrency space tends to completely stay within the cryptocurrency space. I would ask a number of other friends who are not into crypto if they had heard about this news, and they often told me, no, haven't heard a word about it. So this is why I make these videos, to basically make sure that I inform everyone of what's happening. So as you saw in the title, there's been a lot of high-profile named companies who recently have stepped forward and basically told us that they are buying cryptocurrencies. And you'll see why as I explain as I go through it. The first company is actually Samsung. Yes, that Samsung, the people who make TVs. They make TVs, right? Washing machines? I feel like they also... Anyway, a subsidiary known as Samsung Securities announced on the 25th of August that they are going to be launching a cryptocurrency exchange. Understand why this is very significant. Let's say I'm standing on the street and I'm selling mangoes. But you walk up to my table and I have no mangoes. There's a sign there that says, hey, buy a mango for $1. But you're like, hey, dude, there's no mangoes. I cannot sell you mangoes or make a mango business without actually owning, right, the actual mangoes. A lot of times when this news comes out, I have to explain to people, not that other people aren't understanding, but really grasp the concept of what's happening. Samsung has announced that they're going to be launching a cryptocurrency exchange, which means that Samsung will have their own platform and they are going to be offering Bitcoin, maybe Litecoin, Ethereum, other trading on their platform. They cannot offer you these coins unless, I know someone said it, unless they own it themselves. A lot of times, we tend to hear about certain companies in the space, or maybe even hedge funds, who've gotten into buying Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, but a lot of people forget when these mega companies announce that they're launching these ventures or launching exchanges, what do you think they're selling you or allowing you to trade on their platform? It's like years ago, for those of you who didn't hear that, when the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ both announced that they were going to be creating their own cryptocurrency exchange, I was like, the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange now own Bitcoin. And everyone was like, no, we didn't hear that from them. And it's like, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think they're just simply... Anyway, Samsung Securities, around summertime, the, I think an investment firm, Fidelity, announced that they were going to be launching a Bitcoin IRA retirement account. Can anyone tell me why this is significant? I know it's the most boring thing in the entire world, but I actually like retirement accounts in this way that I've known a lot of people in my life who have refused to invest, to put money away, whatever the actual case might be. So when I hear that someone I know has a retirement account, it lets me know that in a couple of years they'll be able to retire peacefully, if you will. On the other side of that, when a major firm or company like Fidelity announces a retirement fund, whether it be for gold or equities or securities, what have you, it means that in essence they believe in said thing, because usually if you haven't seen a retirement account before, especially one on like a mutual fund or what have you, they tend to have time periods. So you are investing money for a 15-year period. In 15 years, you plan on retiring, and therefore 15 years or 20 years or 30 years. You're going to be putting money into this fund over the course of 30 years. The idea of a Bitcoin retirement fund means to me that Fidelity has chosen an asset they are going to allow people to invest into because they see longevity in Bitcoin. The idea of a retirement account is not to put your money into something that's going to disappear in 1 year and simply go away. No, you invest in it because it has longevity for the long run. So by the time that you retire, you have money from said asset, especially when you consider the prices that a lot of people are talking about, a lot of these cryptocurrencies are going to go to. I think the next 20 years are going to be quite fascinating. If we see Bitcoin hit those numbers, how many people will be able to retire early? On the 9th of September, Fidelity announced a new Bitcoin trading platform. Remember what I said the first time? What can you not do if you don't have any? There are multiple companies constantly announcing that they're making cryptocurrency trading platforms, usually called crypto exchanges. A lot of times, even within the crypto space, I've noticed that people don't understand the significance of it. They cannot offer Bitcoin trading. They cannot allow you to take out, I'm like pulling a piece of paper, to withdraw your crypto if they don't have any. They need proper liquidity on the platform, and they get this liquidity by owning the cryptocurrency themselves. MicroStrategy, who's another company that we've been talking about for a while in the cryptocurrency space, recently announced that they purchased another $6 million worth of Bitcoin. Nothing to them. Here's $6 million, go and take it. Because they wanted to round out the amount of Bitcoin that they have, which is now 130,000 Bitcoin. For clarity, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. No more, no less. Actually, a bit less, because it's believed that 4 to 6 million are lost and gone forever. They're on old computers. People threw them away. People forgot the hard drive, what have you. A lot of these coins have not moved, and they're estimated to be gone forever. One company who has openly stated that they own 130,000 Bitcoin. Those are essentially millions of people who will never own those fragments of Bitcoin ever, as MicroStrategy has stated that they do not plan on selling their Bitcoin ever. And that's also the previous CEO, Michael Saylor? Yeah, him. He announced that he also has a huge trove of Bitcoin as well. The Bitcoin buying is happening actively now. In front of your eyes, not even behind the scenes, it's actively happening all the time. And a lot of people just really aren't paying attention, but I would assume that you are. This is the one that kind of threw me for a loop, and it made me realize that people really are not paying attention. I'm not sure if it's willfully. I'm not sure what exactly is going on. On the 11th of August, BlackRock, yes, that one, the company that owns the world. They actually do. If you've never seen those videos, go watch them, because it's actually a little bit insane. They have $11 trillion. That is a trillion with a T in assets. They announced that they would be launching, say it with me, yeah, a cryptocurrency trading platform and a Bitcoin trust. So when this news was released, I said, surely the population will understand exactly what's going on. If you don't know, BlackRock basically owns a portion of every single company because they want to and have successfully found a way to own the world, nearly everything. I know it sounds a bit dramatic. Watch the other videos. I'm telling you, they actually do. A lot of times, people have speculated if Bitcoin was going to be around for a number of years. And 10 years ago, it was Bitcoin won't last 5 years, Bitcoin won't last 10 years or 15 years, Bitcoin is going to be gone. When you see these companies finally taking notice and getting into the space openly. Keeping this in mind, we've had news on my other channel. If you watch the other channel, it's called The Modern Investor, where I go over daily crypto news. We've heard constantly that since 2014 to 2017, these are the numbers, tons of companies were actively buying crypto. They started telling us in 2020 and 2021, yeah, we started looking at prices in 2014 and we saw, it was a good entry point. And these were the same exact companies who told us not to get into crypto before. They're all here, actively buying. And this is just the list that I can remember off the top of my head from Samsung, Fidelity, and BlackRock. The idea of BlackRock being into this, every other asset manager is now going to tumble into Bitcoin as well. This is no longer, in my opinion, these are no longer speculative assets. The idea of a speculative asset is something that may or may not make it. Will people actually use this? Will this actually work in the next couple of years? Bitcoin is transacting trillions of dollars worth of value every single year. Think about that. There are mega banks on this planet that don't even do a fraction of what Bitcoin is doing by itself with just 3 transactions per second. All the big banks, all the other countries have now taken notice. We have countries who are also, you can Google it right now. There are countries who are buying Bitcoin. They've told us actively. Even another one, 2 countries actually, have recently announced that they're going to be using Bitcoin for trade. They are currently under US sanctions, but it's still a milestone. They're still actively, they've announced that they're using Bitcoin to trade goods back and forth. When you talk about these mega monoliths getting into the space and they're buying Bitcoin to have a cryptocurrency trading desk or making Bitcoin retirement funds, they know exactly what's going on and they know exactly what they're investing into. And this is why, once again, for those of you who missed that video, we had news about all these banks last year, the year before, who were predicting $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 Bitcoin prices over the next couple of years. I think very interesting times ahead in general, just financially. But I think the people who got into crypto early, and we're still very early because there are billions of people who are not in our markets, I think the future is going to be quite bright. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for leaving a like, a comment, or subscribing. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.